THiNC Institute of Design. And for the Nata 2025, we'll be coming up with some questions, okay, which is coming similar to the exam happened last days. Okay, so from the last week exam, we came to know that from students, the questions were mainly focused on the chapter area. Okay, there were plenty questions, and the questions were a little bit logical. Okay, beyond the equations, little bit logical questions. Okay, has been asked in this exam. So it was heard from some students. So we just designed today's session based on that. Along with that, we try to incorporate some other questions also. We will be discussing them in detail. Okay, plenty of messages in the chat like, okay, waiting. Anshu is having tomorrow exam. Okay, good. All the best, all the best. Okay, and Saturday exam. Okay, okay, Suvini, Deenul, okay, all. Okay, so I think there is no need to waste much time on the intro session because everyone is familiar with what is Nata and all those things. Anyway, we will be coming up with similar sessions in the upcoming days also. So those who haven't subscribed our channel, they can subscribe it right now. So we can start with a logical question. Okay. So numerical as well as non-verbals has been clubbed in a different way over here. So now you guys can read, solve, and put your response in the chat. So this is a logical question actually. Okay, this is a logical question actually. So similar questions has been asked by them in the last week. So the corners of a green and red triangles coincide with the centers of the circles. All the circles are having equal diameters and adjacent circles touch each other. If the area of the green triangle is 3.14, what is the area of the red triangle? Okay, you guys can solve it right now. So we have plenty information. So over here, it's already given. This is 3.14. Okay. So we were thinking about what is the equation of an equilateral triangle. Okay. Anyway, for being a marathon session, area of an equilateral triangle, not relevant to this question, okay? Not relevant to this question, but it's better to know area of an equilateral triangle. Okay, root 3/4 a square. Okay, our brain will be wandering inside the exam hall for this exam. Okay. So now, how to solve this question? Actually, for this particular question, this equation, we don't need to remember, or we don't want that, but it is better to remember. Okay. So over here, the question given that the corners of the green and red triangles coincide with the centers of the circles. So corners coincides. So I constructed a new triangle, and you guys know, connecting the centers, you will be getting an area 3.14. Okay, connecting the centers. Again, I'm going to connect other centers also. Now also 3.14. Again, I will connect the centers. Now also 3.14. Again, we just connected the centers, 3.14. Okay. So now you get a parallelogram. So area of a parallelogram. So what is the area of the parallelogram we are getting here? 4 into 3.14. Okay, 4 into 3.14. I'm not getting into the value. What is the demand of the question? Demand of the question, this is the diagonal from one vertex to opposite vertex. Okay, so this diagonal divides the figure into 2. This diagonal divides the figure into 2. So just divide the area of the parallelogram into 2. Then we will be getting the area of the triangle that we require by 2. Cancel this 2. 6.28. Okay. Nobody got that answer. See, this is a logic. Okay. So now we learned that logic. So next time onwards, similar types of questions you can expect. At that time, you can use this logic. So we were discussing about the area of equilateral triangle equation here, but it is not used here, but we will get an opportunity to use it somewhere else. I will show you another question. See, this is an old Nata question. See, this question has been asked in Nata in the previous year. Okay, Nata in the previous year, this question has been asked. And I'm not preferring options this time. Without options, you guys try to solve it. Okay. So you can solve and put it in the chat. This is an old Nata question. Okay. So we want the area in terms of ratio. Okay. I will show you a connected question also. How the logics which we were learning from a question can be used in another question. That is also we are going to see it now. So in this particular figure, I am drawing one more line for the better understanding. Now I divided the larger hexagon. We are talking about logical geometry. Okay, we are talking here about logical geometry. Okay, so numerical things we are introducing inside the non-verbal things. So over here, I just drawn a line. Anshu, very good. Okay, so I just drawn one line over here. So now that I got 6 larger triangles. Okay, I got 6 larger triangles. And now I had drawn one more line over here. Now on that smaller hexagon. One more line over here too. Now that smaller hexagon has been divided into 6 smaller triangles. Larger hexagon into 6 larger triangle and smaller hexagon into 6 smaller triangles. Okay. Saurav, good evening, good evening. Okay. So now we can look into this question. See, every side is equal. A, because it's a regular hexagon. A. Okay. All were equal. So this is actually half of this. This is another regular hexagon. So this length is a by 2. This length will be a by 2. If this portion is a by 2, then this portion is also a by 2. Up to here, if it is a by 2, up to here, it will be a by 2. Up to here, it is a by 2. Then up to here, it will be a by 2. See, actually, all the 4 triangles inside a single piece is having equal area. Okay. So, larger hexagon. Larger hexagon equal to 6 larger triangles. Okay. 1 larger triangle equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 smaller triangles. So it is equal to 6 into 4 smaller triangles. That is larger hexagon is 24 smaller triangles. This question is over now. Okay, how it is over? Red. Now red equal to 6 smaller triangles. Isn't it? 1. I will use another color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So next is blue. Total 24 triangles. So 6 triangles gone. What is the difference? 18 triangles. That blue will be 18 smaller triangles. What is the question? Blue area to red area. I'm sorry, guys. Blue area to red area. Blue to red. 18 small triangles is to 6 small triangles. 6 is, sorry. 3 is to 1. Option C. Over here it's Anshu, Saurav and Suvaini given right. Very good. 3 is to 1 is the right answer. Did you learn this question? Did you learn this question? Did you learn this logic? Did you remember this ratio. Okay. So this is an old Nata question. So you guys got the logic. Very good, Anshu. So I have a new question. This is my next question. See, these exams are a matter of common sense. How you are using your common sense in these questions are determining your rank. See, you guys got a common sense from a previous year question. That is 2021 or 2022 question paper, which has discussed. Okay, so it's already asked in Nata. So they will also try to incorporate or sometimes the same question because plenty of data they should conduct. So sometimes they will elevate the question. A little change may be required. Okay. Now you can use the logic you learned from the other question over here. Okay. That is how the common sense work. Application of common sense. That determines the result. So in the figure given below, area of the largest regular hexagon is 720 units. What is the area of the shaded portion? Okay. What is the area of the shaded portion? Okay. So the common sense you earned from the previous question, I want you guys to use it over here. How will you use it? Read the question carefully. See this number, 720. Okay. See, we want a step down. So this particular one is 720. Can you solve this? What is the area of this one? What is the area of this one? Okay, if you got the area of this one, what will be the area of this portion? Okay, see, I just show you the flow, the thought process. Okay, the flow of thought process we had discussed here. How should our thoughts should be flowing? We learned from the previous question of Nata a certain thing, and that thing we are going to apply here. See what we learned. 3:1 ratio. Larger hexagon to smaller hexagon, regular hexagons. Okay. So largest to smaller, there will be a 3:1 ratio. So this particular one, I will go by step. So this particular one will be having, see 3:1. What is the sum? 1/4 for the smaller hexagon. That means earlier it was a red shaded portion. See, I will take you to that question once again. See the red shaded portion. That is a smaller hexagon. So if this figure is having 720 units, then this red portion, the entire figure is 720, then the red portion only 1/4 of 720. Okay, what is 1/4 of 720? 360, 180, isn't it? 180. Okay, 1/4 of 720 is only there. 180. I hope you guys got the idea how it is working. 180. Okay. Next step, we want the next hexagon. So now the reference points are changing. Okay. We are talking about a red inside that blue hexagon. So now it is 180. So this entire portion will be 1/4 of 180. 1/4 of 180. What is 1/4 of 180? 45 degree. So 45. So area is 45 units. Okay. Area is 45 units. For what? This entire portion. What is the demand of the question? The entire figure, you guys could divide it into 3 pieces. Piece number 1, piece number 2, piece number 3. So out of the 3 pieces, 2 are shaded. Shaded is 2 only out of the 3. So 2/3 is shaded. Of what? Of 45. 2/3 of 45 is only shaded. 15 into 2, 30 units. See, common sense is determining the winner in an exam. Okay, so if you guys have a previous idea of solving this question, you would have easily solved this. Okay, so I just try to ensure a flow from the previous Nata question to that unexpected Nata question. Okay, so 30 units. I hope you guys got the idea. See, do it as many as times you could. So, see, I had given you a logic. Now, another Nata question in front of you. Okay, now I am sure that everyone in the chat can easily solve this. Okay, unless I will show you what is your issue later. I will tell you, you will be having a smaller issue. I'll address that issue. I'm not expecting everyone having that, but few maybe. Okay. Quick. Solve it and put it in the chat. Say, actually, based on your responses, I can give you suggestions or I can understand whether you guys lack things. Okay. So over here, our number is provided in the chat. For the annotated copies of this, you can feel free to contact them, as well as counseling related queries and all similar things. You can use that particular number, like last rank details, what marks required for getting admissions. For all those purposes, you can use the number provided in the chat. Okay, Saurabh, others? Others. Hani, Suvini. Quick, guys, quick. I'm waiting for your replies because I need to comment on your replies. Okay. Let's move on. So in the 3D figure shown below, some of the surfaces are shaded completely and some others are partially. From the area of the visible surfaces, what is the percentage of area not shaded? So how many, Saurabh? Okay. So I hope you read that not shaded. That is a common error. Saurabh, very good. Okay. This is the common error. Why? Many will not pay attention to this important word. Okay. This word is taking you away from the rank. Okay. Taking you away from the rank. See, this is actually, I also felt in these kinds of traps of an examiner. Okay, we know how to solve this, but our brain ignore this word not. Okay, see, after the exam, we will be finding the, there was not, gone. Okay, not shaded. So now the number of squares you can have a look. 1, 2, 3. So 3 over here. Similarly, 5. So 5 into 3, 15. So 15 squares you can see inside this figure, isn't it? 15 squares you can see inside this. So shaded, how many shaded? How many squares are shaded? 1, 2, 3. Completely 3 shaded. 2 partial shaded triangles are there. So you can club them and make the 4th one. Club these 2 and make the 5th one. So shaded is 5. Not shaded. Not shaded is 10. Total is 15. So percentage not shaded equal to not shaded surfaces by total into 100. So what is the not shaded one? 10. Okay, what is the total surfaces? 15 into 100. See, you can cancel this. This is 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is 66.66666666%. Round it off to 66.67. Okay. It is 66.67, 2/3, not 50%. Okay. It's completely shaded. 66.67 is not shaded. And 33.333333 is shaded. Okay, let's move on to the next phase. So we need to have some sort of these basic ideas while discussing these questions. Okay, these two were asked in Nata. Now your next question. Come on. I want to know how you guys are using your common sense. Quick. A circle and a semicircle is inscribed in a square as shown below. What fraction of the area of the square is the blue shaded area? Now options for this. For the Nata, you will definitely have the options. Okay. So for the queries, you guys could use this number regarding exams, exam senders. Okay. If you have any issues, you can use this particular number, and you can, for the annotated copies of this particular session, you can contact this number. Okay. For counseling related queries, as well as your last rank or what marks, all those doubts, you can feel free to contact in this number. They could guide you. Okay. Saurabh, others? Anshu? Sivini? Ani? Okay. Whenever we get a question, just actually, I will use another color, okay, for recognizing it. I use a line. Okay. I had used a line to separate it. So now, this particular portion, I'm transferring it to here. Very good. Very good, Saurabh. Now, the next. This particular portion, it will definitely fit here. You can see both are same, similar. And one more thing. This particular area, it can be shifted to here. Now the shade is confined only to this portion. All others become empty. Okay, only confined to this area. So the entire figure has been divided into 4 pieces. Okay, only 1/4 is shaded. Okay, that means the percentage of shaded is asked 25%. That's it. So you'll be having options. At that time, you can easily pick it also. Now you guys can solve this question. Go ahead. 3 circles of, see, from the logical portion, from the nonverbal portion, I'm just coming to a little bit numerical. Okay, 3 circles of radius. See, logical geometry we had discussed. Now it is little bit arithmetical geometry also. 3 circles of radius, 10 centimeters drawn inside an equilateral triangle as shown below. The area of the red colored region in square centimeters up to 2 decimal places in the figure is. Okay, I am not bothering about the number of decimal places. How much you got? You can put it over here. Okay. See, this is a particular group. Okay, this is a particular group. So for that group, what we are usually doing is copying that outside figure inside also. See, these are the centers. Assume these are the centers of the circle. So I just construct one more triangle. I'll construct one more triangle. Done. So 3 circles of radius 10 centimeter. So from here to here, radius is 10. From here to here, it is 10. So the entire length is 20. So this is 20, this is 20. Okay. Now this is an equilateral triangle. Now this is an equilateral triangle. So this angle is 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree. This angle also 60 degree. Okay. So this is a logic which you can copy to different. When if it is a square comes, I'll tell you at the end. Okay. So over here, 60, 60, 60, 60. And now it is 20. Okay. So 20, 20, 20. So in this question, you guys maybe noticed this is a sector. You can find three similar sectors. Okay, so if you put that three sectors together, it will be something looks like this: 60, 60, 60. That is 180. So what you want is area of a semicircle from the sectors. So area shaded. Area shaded equals area of triangle. And so I'll look into that. Very good. Very good attempt. I will look into that. I think it's a 2-digit number. Okay. Answer will be 2-digit, I think. So area of triangle minus area of semicircle. That is what we want. So now you can find the area of triangle. How? Area of equilateral triangle. That is √3/4 a square. Okay. So here √3/4. Here a is 20. 20 square. That is 400. So √3/4 into 400. Cancelling on, you will get 100. 100 √3. 1.732 into 100. So 173.2. Okay. So that is 1.732. 173 point. You can take like 1. Okay. So anyway, 1.732 into 100. That's enough. 173.2. So we got 173.2 minus semicircle. See, equation, area of semicircle, pi r square by 2. Okay, pi r square by 2. What is the value of pi? 3.14. What is the radius here? 10 square by 2. So 3.14 by 2. That is 1 times, 11, 5 times, and 14, 7 times. 1.57. Okay. Saurav, but we should. Okay. So pi r square by 2. So over here, this is 1.57 into 100. So that is 157 minus 157. So that is equal to 16.2. Okay. The difference is 16.2 and Suvini, very good. That is the right answer. So formula difficult to remember, but this chapter is very much important. As per my experience from the past Natas, okay, very important chapter, area as well as volume. You need to remember triangle. Very important is area of triangle. Okay, triangle having plenty of equations. Area of equilateral triangle, one equation, like √3/4 a square, what we discussed here. Similarly, we have half BH, half AH. Okay, Heron's formula. Heron's formula, area equal to root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. See, in this particular channel, you can find other marathons. Okay, which I had conducted earlier, other marathons, Nata marathon, Nata sprint. Nata sprint of our previous year may be uploaded in the same channel. Okay, from there, you can learn all those formulas. So it is 16.2. Now, another question. See, we can have a question for the perimeter also on the same figure. Okay. Just a second, guys. I'm just edit that question. Because, okay, just a second. I'll be pasting it over here. I will to make some, I'm just trying to make a connected question that is based on perimeter. Okay, so I took that question to here. Now I'll make some correction to this. Okay, so I'm using the same figure for learning another fact. Okay, so across that three circles, I had put a rubber band. Assume like that. This is my rubber band. I'm putting through the periphery. Okay, I have a rubber band. So I just put it over here like this in a tight manner. My drawing error is obviously there. Okay, radius is 10 centimeter. And you guys need to find the perimeter. Three circles of radius 10 centimeter drawn inside, drawn. Find perimeter of the rubber band. Okay, so I had put a blue rubber band over that. So I need to know the area of this rubber band. That is my next question. And I had given you logic few seconds back. Whenever a figure comes, what you should keep it in mind. Okay, so in the meantime, if a question there comes like a plenty of triangles are there. 4 triangles. Okay, if a question comes, what is the area of this star? Okay, if a question comes, I'm not drawing in a proper way. That is why it is looking weird. At that moment also, find the centers. Take a square. This is 90 degree. So from this, you can find the answer like area of square minus area of a circle, because 4 into 90, that is 360. So if you do this, then you will be getting this area. I'm just giving you connected questions. See, there is no need to learn a number of questions. Just learn the logic and extend it to whatever questions are coming. That is how common sense working. Okay. So over here in this question, now we can try to solve this. You can connect the centers. Anshu, don't worry about your opponent. Okay. And never keep the fear towards your opponent. See, actually, it is giving him another few marks. Okay. See, you are losing marks based on your fear. Okay. So never think about what will be your opponent doing in an exam. Okay, because everyone is having same question paper. So you should concentrate on your work, like scoring as much as marks. Okay, as much as mark. Don't have a very smaller level of fear on your opponent will give an additional boost to him. How? We will lose marks based on that. So our opponent will be getting additional benefit. Okay, because you are not being a competitor for him. If you are thinking about how strong he is, okay. So I think better to worry about all these things after the exam. That will be better, I think. Okay. Others, your wish. Okay, because we are powerful than our opponents. But if we are worried about all those things, we will lose some time. So over here, I just drawn a rectangle. Okay, I just drawn a rectangle here. And I know that this is 10 centimeter. Then this is also 10 centimeter. So the entire length will be 20. Okay, that means from here to here, it is 20. I'm creating another rectangle. Okay, so here length 20. I'm creating another rectangle. So from here to here, the length is 20. And we already know that this is 60. Being a rectangle, this will be 90. So this is also 90. So over here, 180 plus 60, 240 gone. So what is this? This is 120. That's not only that, this is also 120. This is also 120. Now our requirement is only to find these red arcs. Okay, see what we are having? We are having 120 degree. How many 120 degrees we are having? How many 120 degrees? 3 120 degrees. 360. Okay, 3 120 degrees. And that is 360 now. Okay, so what is this 360? It is a circle. So what is the demand of the question? Perimeter equal to perimeter of this side. Okay, that means 20 into 3. 20 into 3, that is 60. That 60 plus something, that is perimeter of the circle. What is the perimeter of the circle? 2 pi r. What is the value of pi? 3.14. What is the radius? 10 units. So 2 into 31.4. Okay, that is 62.8. So 62.8. 62.8. So that is 122.8. Sivini, very good. 122.8 units. See, on a single question or a single figure, we have a plenty of options. Okay. So the examiner is also having a plenty of options to ask. But we are trying to incorporate all these similar types. Okay. All the similar types we are trying to solve. Now we can do another problem. One more perimeter question. Here is another perimeter question. Go ahead. A square of side 10 unit shaded in yellow is cut using a square of side 5 units as shown in the figure. What is the perimeter of the resulting shape shaded in yellow? See, everyone need to keep a particular thing in mind that, see, from the last 6 years, okay, from the last 6 or 5 years, number one in Nata, that means in Keen, number one in Kerala is from the THiNC Institute of Design. And you are getting sessions from the exact same persons who had created those first ranks. Okay, that is what is happening over here. So if you follow our channel, you will be getting exact sessions, what you want. And if you want more attention and more sessions, you can contact the number provided in the chat. That will take you to our online sessions, our online crash sessions. We have different crash sessions available and they are starting in different time intervals. I think on 24th, we are 24th or 26th, we are starting a crash batch. Okay, you guys can join in that crash batch also. So now you can solve this question. I'm looking for your answers. So we will be starting, as I mentioned earlier, we are starting our new batch from the 24th or 26th of this month. Okay. So you can reach them. And okay, see, you guys can do it based on your thoughts. Anyway, I will give you, I can't give you kind of guess things. I need to give you exact clear answers. Why it is like that? I'm in a position to give you the reason. So my duty is to give the reasons for the numbers you guys are commenting over here also. Okay. Yeah, fine. See over here, 10, 10, 10. So in the charts, I got two answers like 40 and 60. I will tell you what is the right one. Okay, 10, 10, 10. Okay, so over here it is given 5. So this is also 5 being squares, 5, 5. See, I'm just going to name it this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, so what we want, we don't know the value of AB. We don't know the value of FG. Okay, so we need to find the value of AB, BC, FG, FE. That is what our target. So over here, I'm just introducing few more lines with your permission. Okay, few more lines. Here comes one. See, actually in the examination hall, you guys shouldn't need to do like this, because in the exam hall, being you once already seen this, what I am doing over here. So your common sense works and you will get answers in 5 or 10 seconds. Okay. So over here, I'm just doing constructing another line. Few more lines I just added here. So I just call this point as Y. Okay, Y. And I'm just trying to create some triangles. So from the dotted line, for the better understanding, I just used. Okay, so I just used some dotted lines. So now, over here, two triangles. Okay, we can take two triangles. Triangle B, C, D and triangle B, Y, D. Okay, triangle BYD and BCD. So over here, one side is common. This BD equals DB because common. Okay. So this is a common. I think up to 7:30 nearly. Up to 7, and after that, ARC awareness ma'am will be joining you. Okay. So over here, this is common side. See, I'm trying to make a congruency over here. See these angles. Okay, this is a part of a square. So this is 90. So angle C equals angle Y. That is equal to 90 degree. Okay. So for the congruency, what I next required. So over here, we got, this is 5. Okay. DC 5. See, this entire length is 10. So up to here, it is 5. If it is 5, then it is also 5. Okay, this is square. So DC equals dy equals 5 centimeter. See what now we are getting it. This is a congruent triangle. Congruent. That means, okay, congruent triangle. So BC equals BY, because another side of this triangle. That means you can transfer this. You can transfer this length towards here. BC equals BY. Now this portion you should need to look into. Okay, so this portion we took to here. Similarly, another triangle FED and FYB, they are also congruent. I will give you the proof. Okay, they are also congruent because YD, see common side we can go for. Common side, as like the earlier, FD equals DF, common side. Next, what is the next? Angle. Angle E equals angle Y, 90 degree. One side is 5. So DE equals DY equals 5. This is why I told you that this is also congruent. That means, so EF equals FY. So we don't need to worry about this also, because we are taking it to here. Okay. So now what is the demand? I will highlight what we want to add. We want this length. We want this length. We want this length. We want this length. Apart from that, we want these two lengths. Okay. So this is 10, 10, 10. This is 10. So 40 plus 5, 5. That is 50. Answer was between your guesses, guys. But next time, you guys doesn't need to draw it. Okay. The next time, you doesn't need to draw it. See, actually, I need to give you the exact details. That is why it taken this much time to discuss this. But it is not your case in the exam hall. Whenever you see the figure, you can keep it in mind that these two things can be made congruent. So these two sides can be taken to the top. So take the sum. 30, 30 plus 10, 40, 40 plus 10, 50. Your answer is ready in the next 10 seconds. Why? You are having experience of previously seeing similar questions. Okay. So that is what we want in an exam. So another thing. See, now we can try two age-related problems before getting into some other problems. Okay, so age-related problem. You can solve this. X is 3 times as old as Y 3 years ago. Okay, see, this is a little bit logical as well as numerical. Okay, X is 3 times as old as Y 3 years ago. After 17 years. Y will be as old as X is today. What is the sum of ages of X and Y today? A little bit confusing. Little bit confusing. Okay, just try to solve. X is 3 times as old as Y was 3 years ago. X is 3 times as old as Y was 3 years ago. Is this the equation? X is 3 times as old as Y was 3 years ago. One equation is okay. After 17 years, okay, Y will be as old as X. After 17 years, age of X becomes X plus 17. Okay, I just assumed the age of X to be X and Y to be Y. Okay, that is how I'm doing. Okay, so over here, for the previous question, it's fine. And so and so, good cut. Okay, X plus 17. Okay, so after 17 years, X plus 17. that is after 17 years, Y will be as old as X is today. So what is the age of X today? That is X. Okay. So age of X is X. So after 17 years, Y will be, after 17 years, Y will be as old as X today. So age of Y will be Y plus 17 after 17 years, and that will be equal to X. Okay. L shape for the previous question. L shape. Okay, fine, fine. Okay. X is 3 times as old as Y was 3 years ago. And after 17 years, Y will be as old as X is today. X is old as X today. And now we can solve this. X is 3 times as old as Y was 3 years ago. So now you can substitute Y plus 17 equals 3Y minus 9. Okay. So you can bring the Y to other side. So 17 plus 9, that is equal to 3Y minus Y, that is 2Y. So this is like 26. So 26 by 2 equal to Y. So what is the sum of ages of X and Y today? So that is 13. So Y is 13 years today and X is 30 years. Because X is equal to Y plus 70. Okay. Y plus 17, that is, we already have the value 13. So X equal to 30. So what is the sum of the ages of X and Y today? 30 plus 13, 43. Okay, 43. So it's being given X is 3 times as old as Y was 3 years ago. Y have an age of Y minus 3 and 3 times Y minus 3. 3 years ago, the age of Y was Y minus 3 and age of X is 3 times Y minus 3. Okay, after 17 years, age of Y become Y plus 17. Every year, one age will be increased. Okay, so Y plus 17. So over here, Y will be as old as X today. So X is having an age, we don't know that. So it will be equal to Y plus 17. So their age difference is 17 is being given. So we will be equating for X. Y plus 17 equal to 3Y minus 9. So Y equals 13. Okay, hope you guys got the idea. Another age-related problem. That will be very fun to read question. One more question was here. Now you guys can read and solve it. Okay, it's an interesting logical question. Involve little bit numericals. Try to solve this. When young Musa started selling dosas on a street corner. See, from the students, we came to know that age-related questions and area has been asked widely. That is why we incorporated it over here. Okay. Solve this. When young Musa started selling dosas on a street corner to support his daughter Lisa's education. Okay. So his age was 6 times that of Lisa. He started selling dosas for ₹2 each and he increased his price by ₹1 every year. Lisa grew into be a successful lawyer. So Musa thought that, oh, now I don't need to go to work. Okay. And Musa's 60th birthday, he thought that as like all the employees, he is going to retire on the 60. Okay. So she became a lawyer at that time. She gifted him with a small shop near their house. Okay. The board of which is seen in the image. Okay. In which year Lisa will celebrate your 60th birthday. Body is fine. Everything she done is fine. Okay. But Musa expected that he could take rest. A retirement life he was talking about or he was thinking about. So she take him to a new tea shop. Okay. His entire life is about selling teas. Okay. So he thought about like that, why I took her to be a lawyer. Okay. Anyway, retirement life has been gone for this Musa. Anyway, we need to know Lisa's age. In which year Lisa will celebrate her 60th birthday? Okay. When Lisa will share 60th birthday? Saurav, put it in the chat. Okay. Musa's Dosas since 1989. Every year, rupees 1 has been increased. It started with 2 rupees. That means now it is 30 years. Okay. So, in 1989, age of Musa. Now it is 30 years. So, while commencing the shop, the Musa's age was only 30. Okay. His age was only 30. Okay. Musa, actually, I am your logical teacher. You can ask these things about your ARC awareness faculty. Okay. Age of Musa, 30 years. So, age of Lisa at that time. See, it is given in the question. His age was 6 times that of Lisa. His age was 6 times. Okay. 6 times that of Lisa at that time. So, age of Lisa is 1/6 of that 30. That means Lisa was 5 years old in 1989. So, 1989, she is 5 years. She is, after 55 years, she becomes 60 years. Isn't it? So, what we should do? Add a 55 year. So, it is 2044. Okay. 2044, she becomes 60. I hope you guys got the idea of this question. So age-related problems can be asked in this way also. Okay, age-related problem can be asked in this way also. So we have discussed questions on area and age today. Okay, so those were the 2 chapters we had focused in this particular marathon. In the upcoming weeks, we'll be coming up with a similar topics. We will discuss some more questions on this particular chapter, and other chapters also we'll be discussing in the upcoming weeks. So just subscribe our channel and click on that bell button. And Nishitha ma'am is available over here for your ARC awareness. So Nishitha ma'am, you can take from here onwards. Thank you all. Nishitha ma'am will take you from here onwards.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Good evening, all. I'm architect Nishitha Joshi, and I'm here to take a session on arch awareness. As you have already seen me in previous live sessions, we discuss about topics related to architectural awareness part of Nata and J Paper 2 exams. So today I've brought a really interesting topic to discuss with all of you, that is known as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. So let me quickly share my screen. First of all, I hope that my screen is visible to all of you. Like always, I'll also be asking some basic questions to you all, and I want everyone to respond uh, in the comments. So today's topic of discussion will be UNESCO World Heritage Sites in India. So when I say this word UNESCO World Heritage Sites, I am sure the first thing, the first question that comes to your mind is that what do you mean by UNESCO World Heritage Site and what is UNESCO? So previously we've seen that various acronyms are also asked in exam. So UNESCO is a body, an organization related to UN, that is United Nations. You should know the full form of UNESCO, that is United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. So this is a body of UN that works towards um, education sector worldwide, science and culture. So towards preservation and promotion of all of these aspects across all the nations of the world who are a member of UN. So UNESCO also works towards making a list of such heritage sites which they believe are very important for the entire world. You might have seen that there are some heritage sites, some historic sites, some buildings or monuments that are very important for our locality, for our region, maybe for our city or for our state, wherever we belong to. Then there are some sites which are of national importance, like, for example, Red Fort. It is of great national importance for our country. And then there are sites which are having a lot of international importance as well. A very basic or common example from India would be either Brideshwar Temple or Taj Mahal. These are two sites, or Khajuraho temples. These are some sites which are internationally very famous and they are considered as heritage of the world. Similarly, like from China, there is Great Wall of China. That is one such historic structure that is very significant for the entire world, or be it Indus Valley civilization, or maybe if it is Eiffel Tower. These are such sites which are having great importance for people across the globe. It is not restricted to any particular country, state, or city. So UNESCO makes a list of such sites every year, which they think that are a shared heritage of the world and that they are capable of being called as a world heritage. They have international level importance. And once a site is added, then various kind of funding and different opportunities are provided for that site for further preservation and conservation of that site. So UNESCO World Heritage Site listing criteria is a very good boon, you can say, for any site, and it gets a lot of perks once the site is nominated. But the nomination is done through a very difficult and very rigorous process. And every year, different countries nominate various sites from their country, and then there is a body that inspects and examines that which site is worthy. So every year, a few sites are selected from selected countries. Like every country won't get a site every year. So it is like a very tough competition through which these sites have to go. And every year, a few sites are nominated into various categories. Now you must be thinking that how do they decide, or what are these different categories? So UNESCO World Heritage Sites are actually nominated in three different categories. The first category is cultural heritage, which will have sites related to culture and heritage, like historical sites, monuments. It can be a single building or it can be an entire complex, or even a historic town like Fatehpur Sikri or Hampi. So these are cultural heritage sites. Then the second category is natural heritage. So natural heritage sites are the ones which have some nature related elements. These can be natural parks. These can be biodiversity parks, or biodiversity zones, or wildlife sanctuaries, bird sanctuaries, etc. So these will be places where something or the other is there related to flora and fauna. So such places which have very rich biodiversity, natural elements, very unique or endemic plants, endemic or extinct or maybe very rare species of birds, animals, or any kind of fauna are found there. All such places will be nominated in the natural heritage category. So currently there are 7 natural heritage sites from India in the UNESCO list of World Heritage. And the third category is a rather rare one, which is known as mixed heritage sites. So mixed heritage sites are the ones which have some elements of both. They will have some characteristics of cultural site, like they will have some monument, some site, some temple, or any religious place, or some kind of built element there, along with a very good and very strong natural setting. There is only one mixed heritage site from India. Can anyone name that mixed heritage site for me in the comments? There is only a single mixed heritage site, that is Kanchenjunga National Park, and that is very prominent because it definitely has a lot of flora and fauna which is endemic or unique to that region. Along with that, it also has a cluster of Buddhist monasteries hidden inside the dense forest, which were a very significant part of that regional setting, and they have played a great importance in promoting Buddhism in that area. So, these are mixed heritage sites. You can see that definition and example of all three are written in this slide. For cultural heritage, the examples are obviously built structures like Taj Mahal, the Cologne Cathedral, the Great Wall of China, Red Fort, the Great Living Chola temples, Khajuraho group of monuments, and so on. Then for natural heritage, as I told, there are some national parks or wildlife sanctuaries, etc. So like Grand Canyon National Park is a good example. Manas Wildlife Sanctuary, which is in India, that's a good example for this. So similar examples are there. For mixed heritage, the Meteoratical National Park is there, Historic Sanctuary of Machu Picchu is there, and Kanchenjunga is there from India. So these are the three categories in which various sites can be nominated. Now let's come to how many total sites are there in India at the moment, which have been nominated in UNESCO World Heritage Sites. So on the map of India, you can see that various sites are nominated. And here the legend is also given where you can see these sites are nominated into three different categories. So like cultural heritage sites are there, which are showcased in white color. There are natural heritage sites showcased in green color, and then mixed heritage sites. So you can see that there is only one mixed heritage site here on the top northeast region of India, the Kanchenjunga National Park. So this is there. Then there are these seven natural heritage sites: the Western Ghats, the Keoladev National Park, Great Himalayan National Park, Nanda Devi Valley of Flower National Park, Manas Wildlife Sanctuary, Kaziranga National Park, and Sundarbans National Park. So these are the seven natural heritage sites, and then all others are the cultural heritage sites. So very recently, three new sites have been nominated in the cultural heritage category from India. Can you name these three latest sites for me in the comments? It would be really great if you can answer this, because that tells me that you have prepared well already for your exams and you're well versed with this topic. Please keep this in mind. This is a very important topic if you talk with context to Nata, because previously we have seen many questions coming in the exam related to this topic. The questions can be related to some of the very recent nominations. For example, the Dholavira site from Indus Valley, which is present in Gujarat. That is one of the most latest nominations from India in the UNESCO World Heritage List. I think Dholavira has been nominated in 2023. And apart from that, there are two other sites which have recently been nominated in the same year. I want you all to answer in the comments, and I'll tell you the right answer in a few minutes as well. So you can see various cultural heritage sites are there. Some examples are Jantar Mantar and Fatehpur Sikri, hill forts of Rajasthan, which has 6 different forts. Then the Kakatiya Rudreshwar temple, also commonly known as Ramappa temple, which is present in Warangal region of Telangana. Then Patadakkal group of monuments are there. Sacred ensembles of Hoysala, which is one of the most recent nominations from India. The Champanir Pavagadh Archaeological Park, Elephanta Caves, Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, churches and convents of Goa, which is again a cluster just like hill forts of Rajasthan, and Nilgiri Mountain Railways, group of monuments at Hampi, Sun Temple in Konark, Red Fort, Humayun's Tomb, Qutub Minar, etc. These are some of the nominations. Then Agra Fort is there, Taj Mahal is there. So you can see variety of nominations are there. Apart from these sites, there are two UNESCO World Heritage cities in India. Can you name these two UNESCO World Heritage cities for me? There are two UNESCO World Heritage cities. You can also find them in this map. They are also marked here. The first UNESCO World Heritage city that was nominated in India is Ahmedabad. And the second city that was nominated it was Jaipur. So last year we had a question that in which year was Ahmedabad nominated as the first UNESCO World Heritage City of India? So we have seen many questions in the exam. Some are related to the very recent nominations. Some ask about the dates, but mostly they will be recent dates, or it can be the very first nomination as well. Then I think I'm having some network issue. Just give. Am I audible? Yes, I'm sharing the screen, but I think it is not visible. Let me try again. I think there was some network issue because of which the screen sharing was not on. Okay, I hope it is visible now. I hope my screen is visible. So these are the three slides that I showed you. This was the first slide shared by me where I gave a basic introduction of what UNESCO World Heritage Sites are and what is the meaning of the word, meaning and full form of the word UNESCO and the meaning of World Heritage Sites. This was discussed. Then apart from that, we discussed the three categories of UNESCO World Heritage Site, that is cultural heritage, natural heritage, and mixed heritage. And you can see the definitions and examples of all three in this site. After that, I was showcasing this map, which has all the nominated sites from India till date in three categories. So here you can see that cultural heritage sites can be seen in white color. Natural heritage sites can be seen in green color and the mixed sites can be seen in blue color on your screen. So these are all the sites that have been nominated till date. This also has the very recent nominations from India. The latest three nominations that are Dholavira, which is the most recent one in 2023. Dholavira, a Harappan city. You can see it here. Then after that, another nomination was the Sacred Ensembles of Hoysala, which is present in Karnataka. And this nomination happened in the beginning of 23 or the end of 2022. Please check the exact year for this one. And another nomination which happened right before this was Shanti Niketan, which is a school, a cultural center established by Rabindranath Tagore, and it promotes the ideology and the knowledge, wisdom shared by Rabindranath Tagore in his lifetime. So these are the three most recent nominations from India in the UNESCO list. Apart from this, I was talking about the two UNESCO World Heritage cities in India. So the first UNESCO World Heritage city from India is the historic city of Ahmedabad that you can find here in Gujarat. And the second one is the historic city of Jaipur. You can see Jaipur city is written, which is present in Rajasthan and is also the capital of Rajasthan. Apart from that, you can see all other sites in this map. Now, whenever any site is sent to UNESCO, it is not directly added in the final nomination list. There is one step before this final nomination as well. So if you look in today's time, there are 43 sites in all which are nominated in UNESCO's list from India. But before this nomination, there is one more step, that is the tentative list. So any country, when they send the sites nomination from their side, the sites are added in a tentative list. Then the UNESCO and its UNESCO's body, the commission that decides which site will be nominated in a particular year, they check the sites that are added in tentative list of each and every country, and from there they decide which site will finally be nominated. So every year India sends various entries for tentative listing, but it is not necessary that all sites are selected for tentative listing as well. There are some sites which get rejected in the first step only. So nomination is not a question for such sites. So this year, there are 6 new sites which have been sent in the tentative list of UNESCO from India. And this is a very recent update, and it has been declared this week only. In fact, the beginning of this week, I think Monday or Tuesday, the results came, and 6 new sites from India have been added in the tentative list. Now, please don't get confused here. Tentative list is like the early stage, just like before your board exams, you have your pre-boards. So you can think that tentative list is like those pre-board exams before your final board exams. So in this tentative list, 6 new sites have been added, and then it is upon UNESCO whether they want to actually nominate these sites or not. If they do, then this will be added in the final list, that is the nominated list, which is like a board exams. So I hope the concept is clear, just like pre-boards and boards. There is a tentative list and there is a final nominated list. So the sites that I'm showing you here, the 43 sites, they are final nominated sites in the nominated list of UNESCO. But there are many sites which are still in the tentative list, and some sites have been in the tentative list for more than 10 years now, which is a very normal thing. There are many sites which always remain in the tentative list. They are not nominated at all because UNESCO does not think that they are capable. So this year, 6 new sites have been added in the tentative list. So let me tell you which are these sites. First site is the Chaucert Yogini Temple. This is there are a number of Chaucert Yogini temples actually present across various states in India. It is not just there in one state, but by the same name and by the same ideology, this is a Devi temple that is present across various states. The most famous one being in Khajuraho. So these are temples which are scattered across various states. The Chaucert Yogini temples are dedicated to 64 female deities and hold religious and architectural significance, often found atop hilltops. Their intricately carved stone sculptures showcase the tantric worship traditions of India. So this is the first site added in tentative list in 2025 from India. Then second one is the Mudumal megalithic menhir. This is a prehistoric site. Till now, the 2 sites that I've told you about, these are both added in the cultural heritage site, cultural list. So Mudumal megalithic menhirs are present in Telangana, and megaliths are basically a cluster of stone structures, just like the Stonehenge, somewhat similar to that. Offering a glimpse into India's megalithic culture, these prehistoric megalithic menhirs in Telangana date back to the Iron Age. They serve as markers of ancient burial and astronomical practices. Then the third site nominated are the Ashokan edict sites along the Maurya routes. So as you know that Maurya Empire was spread across a very large area in India. So this is also not restricted to any one city or state, but these are present over multiple states, but these edicts are present in different states that date back to the Ashokan period and tell us about the Great Maurya Empire. The Ashokan edicts span across multiple states and feature inscriptions by Emperor Ashok from the 3rd century BCE. These edicts are significant historical records of Maurya governance and Ashok's promotion of Buddhism. So again, this is a cluster. So this year we noticed that these cluster type sites are nominated more from India's side for tentative listing. Then next one is a natural heritage site. Please pay attention. This is a natural heritage site, unlike the previous 3, which were cultural sites. So this natural heritage site is called Kanger Valley National Park, which is present in Chhattisgarh, which is the central-most state in India. Kanger Valley National Park. This is a biodiversity hotspot located in the Bastar district of Chhattisgarh. Known for its limestone caves, waterfalls, and lush flora, it also provides a habitat for the endangered Bastar Hill Mena. So there are endangered species of birds here. There are endemic species of plants, that is flora, and apart from that, there are natural caves of limestone and other minerals, and many beautiful waterfalls are also there. So Kanger Valley National Park has been added in Natural Heritage Site, which this is the only Natural Heritage nomination in tentative list this year from India's side. The next is again a cultural heritage site that is called Gupta Temples of North India. These are also present across multiple states. Key to understanding the evolution of Indian temple architecture and artistic development, the Gupta Temples of North India reflect the peak of Gupta era architecture. The next is Palace Fortresses of Bundelas. These forts are present in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh district of India. And just like the hill forts of Rajasthan, these are also a cluster of different forts. The Bundela monarchs built these grand structures showcasing the region's architectural heritage. Beyond their defensive role, these fortresses stand as testaments to dynasties' patronage of art and culture as well. There are multiple forts in this. For some of them are the Garkundar Fort, and another one is the Orcha Fort, which is present in Orcha in Madhya Pradesh. So these are the 6 new tentative list nominations that have been added in the tentative list this week only. So you need to know about the most latest updates regarding UNESCO. Now let's quickly go back and revise some of the previous nominations as well. As I told you, there are 43 nominations till now. Some of the earliest ones include the Ajanta and Ellora caves. Ajanta and Ellora caves both have been nominated as 2 individual sites, and these are some really old caves or man-made caves present in India, both related to Buddhism. And later on, Hindu and Jain culture can also be seen in these caves. So Ajanta caves is part of the first 4 nominated sites from India in 1984. That is a Buddhist cave, and as you can see, it is a rock cut example of rock cut architecture. Ajanta, Ellora, Elephanta, all these caves are present in Maharashtra region of India. Ajanta specifically has 29 intricately carved rock caves present in its vicinity, and there are many sculptures and paintings present inside these caves. Another nomination is Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, which was nominated in 2004 and is present in Mumbai. It is a British era structure, and it is a railway station, also known as CST, present in Mumbai. Then these are Elephanta caves. These were nominated in 1987, a few years after Ajanta and Ellora nomination. And these are Shaivite caves, also present in Maharashtra, very close to Mumbai actually. Then Ellora Caves, the first ever UNESCO nomination, where 4 sites were nominated at once: Ajanta, Ellora, in 1983. There were 2 more sites. One was Agra Fort, and I'm forgetting the fourth one. I'll let you know as I remember. Then Taj Mahal, which is one of the most popular sites from India and is also one of the 7 wonders of the world. So Taj Mahal, which is a brick structure and is cladded with Makrana marble, stands as one of the most landmark structures or most recognized structures globally present in India. Then Agra Fort. Agra Fort was also one of the first 4 sites nominated from India in 1983. Agra Fort is present in Agra and was constructed during the tenure of Akbar and was also the seat from where Akbar ruled over India. And it is made in red sandstone. As you can see, the color is also red. Then next one is Fatehpur Sikri, which was a capital city that was later established by Akbar when he wanted to move from Agra and start a new capital city. But there was a lot of water supply and drainage related issue in Fatehpur Sikri, because of which the tenure was not very long. And within 10 years of the establishment of this historic city, the entire people of the city, they abandoned Fatehpur Sikri and moved back to Agra. This was all happening in Akbar's time. But Fatehpur Sikri is a very well planned city where you can see residential structures, palatial structures, civic buildings, water related structures, canals, fountains, stepwells, etc. So a lot of very well planned structures are there in this planned city of Mughal era. This was nominated in 1986. Then Sanchi Stoop, which was nominated in 1989. It is a Buddhist site and it is one of the most important stoops related to Buddhist history of India. And this is also a brick structure, once cladded with stone for protection. And it has the relics of Buddha housed inside it. And Sanchi Stoop is also the inspiration for the design of dome present in Rashtrapati Bhavan that was later designed by Sir Edwin Lutyens and Howard Baker. Then Khajuraho group of temples. These are considered as one of the most remarkable temples if we talk about North Indian temple architecture. And as I already said, it is a group of temples. There's no single temple, rather a group of temples built during the Chandela dynasty around the 10th and 11th century. And it is present in Chhatarpur district in Madhya Pradesh, very close to the capital city of Bhopal. And this site was inscribed in 1986. These have some temples made in Nagar style of temple architecture. That is a very famous North Indian style of temple design. And they also have a lot of erotic sculptures around them, because of which it is famous worldwide. The next one is the rock shelters of Bhimbetka. This is a prehistoric site also present in Madhya Pradesh, and it was nominated in 2003. Then I am sure that all of you know this building. Just by looking at this picture, you can answer that this is Humayun's tomb. This is a very common building which is frequently asked about in Nata exam. So you should know very well about Humayun's tomb. It is the tomb of Akbar's father Humayun, and this tomb was constructed during Akbar's reign in Delhi. And this is constructed largely with red sandstone, and some amount of marble has also been used. A lot of people believe that this was the early inspiration for the design and construction of Taj Mahal, which was made much later on in the time of Shah Jahan. And this site was nominated in 1993. So you do not need to remember the date and year of each and every site. Of course, there are 43 sites, so it will be very difficult. But you should very well know the earliest 4-5 sites, which were the first few sites nominated, and you should know the details and year of the recently nominated sites. Like in the last 2-3 years, if any sites have been nominated, you should know about them well. All the sites that are nominated in between the first and the recent ones, you don't need to remember the year, but you should know about the site, you should know the name, you should know the basic like building material and basic important things, important characteristics of that site. So now I'm showing you Qutub Minar. Qutub Minar is a part of Qutub complex which is present in Mehrauli in Delhi. And this is a site belonging to the Sultanate period in India. And the construction of this started in the slave dynasty itself by the first ruler Qutubuddin Aibak. And later on, many additions were done by the subsequent dynasties of Delhi Sultanate, like Khilji dynasty and Tughlaq dynasty. They also added a lot of things in the Qutub complex. And Qutub Minar was nominated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1993, and it is one of the tallest Mughal era towers or buildings in India. Then next one is Red Fort. You know that Red Fort is very significant even today because it is a very important part of democracy of India. The flag hoisting happens in Red Fort only every year during 26 January's parade. And this is made in red sandstone. Red Fort was the official residence of Shah Jahan, a Mughal emperor, and it is constructed within a part of Delhi that is known as Shah Jahanabad, which was a city that was planned during the reign of Shah Jahan. This particular fort was nominated in the UNESCO list in 2007, and keeping this design in mind, taking elements from this, Edwin Lettings and Herbert Baker later on designed some part of Rashtrapati Bhavan as well, keeping in mind the grandeur of Rashtrapati Bhavan. Sorry, the Red Fort. Then this is a natural site, the Kevla Dev National Park. It is present in Bharatpur region of Rajasthan, and this was nominated in UNESCO list in 1985. They have a large number of birds, animals, and aquatic species thriving together in ecological environment, which are endemic to this region. Next is the hill forts of Rajasthan. This, as I already told you, this is a group of forts which has 6 different forts in the nomination: Chittorgarh Fort, Kumbhalgarh Fort, Gagro Fort, Amer Fort, Jaisalmer Fort, and Ranthambore Fort. So this was nominated as a group cultural site in 2013. Next is the Hawa Mahal in Jaipur. This is a very famous site, so I think this needs no introduction. You already know about Hawa Mahal. The site was inscribed in 2019. Of course, this is also a cultural site. I think you already, when I'm showing you a built structure or a site which has a lot of buildings, you understand this is a cultural site. And when I'm showing you any national park or bird sanctuary or wildlife sanctuary, you should understand this is a natural heritage site. So this is the Jantar Mantar. This is present in Jaipur and it was inscribed in 2010. This is the site that has a collection of 20 life-size instruments that were used in the historic times for astronomical observation. This is the Champanir Pavagadh Archaeological Park, another nomination in the cultural list. It is present in Gujarat and it was inscribed in 2004. The World Heritage City of Ahmedabad, which is the first World Heritage City of India, nominated in 2017. Then this is Rani Ki Vav. It is a step well. Vav is a local term for step well in Gujarat, and this is present in Patan. This is Dholavira, and it is an archaeological site that was nominated in UNESCO's list. Then Nalanda University, present in Bihar, nominated in 2016. Mahabodhi Temple, nominated in 2002. It is present in Bodh Gaya and Bihar, and this is a very important site related to the life of Buddha, where Buddha attained enlightenment, and this is a very important Buddhist site in India. The Great Living Chola Temple, present in Tamil Nadu. This is a group of 3 temples. These were nominated in 1987. And these are some of the greatest examples of Dravidian architecture in India, Dravidian temple architecture. Then Mahabalipuram temples, present in Tamil Nadu, also one of the earliest sites to be nominated from India in 1984. Town of Hampi, which is a historic town, once the capital of Vijayanagaram Empire, and this was inscribed in 1986. Patadakkal group of monuments present, which is a Chalukya dynasty site, present in Karnataka, which was nominated in 1987. Sun Temple Konark, nominated in 1984. Great Himalayan National Park, nominated in 2014. Let me also show you. This is Basilica of Bom Jesus. We have gotten questions related to Basilica of Bom Jesus at least 3 or 4 times across different years in Nata. Sometimes it is about its UNESCO World Heritage status. Sometimes it is about the building material used in this site. Sometimes it is also about which state is it present in. So we have received different questions across different years. One question was there in 2024 as well. And this is a church, a basilica, Portuguese basilica, present in Goa. The Kaziranga National Park, which is present in Assam, it was nominated in 1985. Manas National Park, the Kanchenjunga National Park, which is the only mixed heritage site in India. This was nominated in 2016 and it is present in Sikkim. It is a mixed heritage site because there are at least a minimum of 17 unique species of flora and fauna that are present just in this region. Apart from that, there are various Buddhist monasteries and shrines present inside the dense forest and dense region of this flora and fauna. The architectural works of Le Corbusier, these are also nominated as a cluster cultural heritage site with various buildings designed by Le Corbusier in India, like the High Court of Chandigarh, the Palace Assembly, Secretariat Building, etc. Ramappa Temple, which was inscribed in 2016, this is present in Warangal. The Western Ghats, inscribed in 2012, present in mostly it is present in Karnataka, Maharashtra, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu region of India. Then Darjeeling Himalayan Railways of West Bengal. So these are the sites that most of the sites that have been nominated in the recent past. And of course, we also discussed about the 3 latest sites. So in this way, you can prepare about UNESCO World Heritage Sites present in India. This is an extremely important topic, students, because there is a possibility that it may not be asked directly, but indirectly you can have many questions related to this topic in your upcoming exams. If you have any doubts related to this topic, then you can ask in the comments. My team will get back to you and try to clear your doubts regarding this topic. But this is a very interesting topic to read about. It is vast for sure, but it is very interesting to read about. You'll get to learn a lot of trivia and general knowledge while reading this topic. And it will definitely enhance your general knowledge as well. And it will help you prepare for your upcoming exams too. there can be direct and indirect questions related to this topic. So as I told you, there was one question about Basilica of Bom Jesus, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. That was asked last year. The question asked that where is it present? Like which state of India is it present in? Before that, there has been a question regarding a monument, that which building material was used for construction of this UNESCO World Heritage Site. There has been a question regarding the kind of marble that is used in UNESCO World Heritage Site of Taj Mahal. So these type of questions can be there, and rarely, but yes, some direct questions have been there regarding year, that in which year has this site been nominated. Okay, so with that, we come to the end of this lovely session of architectural awareness. In this class, we discussed about various important UNESCO World Heritage Sites from India, and I hope that you also got a hint that how you can prepare for this topic. I would also like to tell you about our upcoming crash batches that are going to start from 24th, 26th, and 31st March, right after your board exams are ending. So if you want to learn about this topic and many such topics related to arch awareness and all other subheads related to your Nata exam, then you should join these crash batch, because in these batches, we discuss the topics at length and we clear your doubts. We give you test papers, we give you previous year question papers as well. So don't lose this opportunity. Our number is shown on the screen. You can call or WhatsApp on this number and inquire about the upcoming batches. So all the best for your upcoming exams. Prepare well and let's stay connected. We really want to help you prepare nicely for your upcoming exams. So join us for the future live sessions as well. Thank you.